Welcome to Be Who They Come To, where healing meets humor and spirit meets story. Oriana and Kelly are two friends who've stumbled, laughed, cried, and somehow found their way back to source. This podcast is a space to share the messy, magical journey of recovery, healing, and rediscovering themselves, and ideally, helping you do the same, with plenty of laughter along the way, because sometimes the best medicine really is a mix of soul work and a good sense of humor. And now, be who they come to.
Good morning, Kel. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning.
Morning.
How's everybody doing today?
Living the dream.
Fair enough. So
No, Jason, you're
getting
supposed to say living the dream as well. That's the theme here. I'll take that as a no. Yeah, I'll take that as a no. This morning, we're going to jump right to the chase. Our last episode, we mentioned that we have an announcement to make, and today's vibe is going to be a little bit different, different from our usual casual speaking to each other and humor type thing regarding mental health, spirituality, and all of our other subjects. So today's a little bit more serious in that we want to announce our new organization. And that is called Ottawa Phoenix House. And it is specifically a center that we have created for the survivors of narcissistic abuse and coercive control and psychological and emotional abuse in relationships, various relationships, whether that's familial, your work environment, or romantic relationships as well. We've realized that there's a need and a huge gap in our system for helping those involved in domestic abuse, and not just domestic violence, but domestic abuse, because it's not just about physical abuse. We are focusing on various group environment type things, from peer support to education to facilitated groups to counseling. Kelly and Jason will speak on those individually as well. But our main purpose is to bring people together, to help people feel validated, heard, seen, when the whole mantra behind these relationships is breaking people down. There's something to be said about needing others who have been through similar things. Last episode, we talked about grief uniting people. And this is a very specific type of grief that unites people. It's not something people talk about. It's often overlooked. There's a whole series of events that transpire within these relationships that lead to a breakdown of a person. And that's what we want to hone in on. That's what we want to focus on. We want to be a trauma-informed environment. We want to make sure that people come together for these things. So without further ado, Jason, can you touch a little bit on what our main focus is at the Ottawa Phoenix House?
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, O. I think I want to touch base on a few things that a lot of people don't even kind of take into consideration. If you have any doubts on what your way of going in your relationship, and you see relationship, and just like O said, it could be a work environment, it could be a relationship romantically or anything like that, that you see these kind of patterns happening, you have to look, and it would be great to come out, like O was saying before, talking and being part of a group with people, and this is what we offer, helps you tremendously. I was always a person, and take this from a man's point of view. It's definitely happening on a man's side as well. I've had it happen to me really bad, and I wasn't aware of it until months after being out of it, how I was in this type of relationship. And the only way I even found even more to be able to express it was being part of a group. And this is what we want. We formed a group up, and we have meetings once a week. What we're going to be going come January, we're going to have a set schedule. It's going to be 8 weeks. We're going to work on a program, helping out people throughout the whole thing. You got to be committed to it. You got to come out to it, because that's another thing that I found. It gets you out of the environment in which you're sitting in the four walls. wherever it is, even still in the relationship or been out of the relationship, your safety zone that you make it feel like turns out not to be quite safety.
Yeah.
So you come out to these groups, you sign up to this. You can find it through our website that we've done up. You can contact us through there. What we end up want to do is an 8-week program and structure things around it. The signs, we'll have counseling with it, and that's where we'll be able to have a conversation with Kelly. She'll be able to go a little bit more detail in things like that, helping support groups, things like that, avenues to look at. And you start really taking a good look at yourself and you rebuild yourself, because I found that you get kicked down and you're not even realizing you're not the same person at the beginning of this relationship, again, work or romantic. By the time you're out, you're like, who the F am I? And
100%.
we're going to help you look for the signs so you don't turn that in. And that's the key factor. We really want to build you back up, but you need to start doing that by your commitment to it, coming to it. And trust me, I know it's the biggest, scariest step to do that. But once it's done, you're going to be like, I should have done this years ago, months ago.
That's right.
Trust me. And it's open. We're open to men coming, because look, I don't want to be the only one there. I know there's more of us out there.
100%. We know several already.
Yeah. I know that we're out there, and you know what? The day it's 2025, I understand that and stuff like that, but we got to let the pride go that something's happened to us.
100%.
We got to talk about this. We got to make it stop sitting there agreeing with hearing things, be it on TikTok or anything. Come out, take the commitment. Look us up on our website, contact us, and we'll be in contact with you. We're starting in January for it. And like I said, you've got support and counseling. So we'll just turn that over to Kelly for that.
So yeah, with the counseling and referral, so we want to set up a personalized treatment kind of plan, and maybe I want to use the word treatment very loosely, but with the individual counseling, it'll be very one-on-one. It'll be very individual based. Peer support is something a little bit more broader, a little bit more generalized. I am a certified counselor. So there's some services that we can offer with the one-on-one counseling. Also, too, with the individual counseling, we can sit down and strategize individual planning, safety planning, housing. A lot of survivors really have to leave with the shirt on their back sometimes. So we want to provide more one-on-one support as well. Sometimes you need a lawyer, so we want to set up referrals as well into our local community. Really what we want to gear the counseling on is really compassionate guidance to dealing with the PTSD, anxiety, all that fun stuff that comes with
severe depression.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're not doctors, but and if that's the case, there'll be referrals there as well. With the one-on-one as well, there'll be advocacy. That's where there's a huge gap, I find, as well. Is survivors or victims having the proper advocacy, because there's so much red tape, right?
Absolutely.
Finding that out all too well.
Exactly. Through our own experiences.
Please believe us.
We've
with
been
the peer
there.
support. We're talking the talk. We've walked the walk, and we're talking the talk.
100%. This isn't something we learned in a book.
We have. Yeah, exactly. And trust me, we've pretty much heard it all. So it's a judgment-free environment. Also,
I think that's the main thing. The main thing, judgment-free, completely judgment-free.
Just bring your story. Just bring
yourself
story
and your story.
And we'll try and help as best as we can. Eventually, we'd like to set up educational and workshops. Knowledge is freedom, and we'll get there. So we actually want to meet with local organizations eventually to educate them.
Yeah.
Whether it be schools or actually going to our local police or other resource centers and kind of sharing why this organization is so very much needed.
Yeah.
And we've all been there, and we all have a story as well. So
that's the thing.
You can hear things and go, "Oh my God, I'm not the only one." See,
that's it. That's exactly. There's a name for it.
Yeah, there's importance for it.
Absolutely. And that there's a name for everything that we've gone through. And like you, Jason, I too didn't know what I was involved in. I had no idea. I knew I was in an abusive relationship, a seriously abusive relationship, and that, like you, I was not the same person anymore. And it wasn't until after.
Yeah. Well after. Like for me, it was well after. Like I didn't even know that I didn't even know that existed. And that's the thing and to be a guy, to have that happen, you're like, bury it. Let's sink it down.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's not macho. It's not masculine. It's
Yeah,
exactly.
And it's not looked at like, oh, come on, buddy.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. Seriously.
Yeah.
And then because, well, we'll get into it more. So when a lot of people come in and see and hear the stories about it and stuff, but you're also going to be made to look like you're the problem. So
that's the thing.
Understand how this is going to fold. Understand. So you're not alone. So come to these things, sign up for it. Let's better yourselves. Let's get you educated. And on top of that, educate yourself within yourself. And like Kelly said, we do have the resources. We want to work with it more. We want to get it more of a broader thing. I mean, AA started with four gents sitting in a room and just having conversations, right?
Good old Williams.
Yeah, and Mad the same way. Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. It was just a couple of people that were getting rivet over it. So things changed. It did snowball. Be part of that. Know that you've got the support now. And because Oriana and I were never aware of what we were in, start looking at the things that we've done up on the website and maybe come to a couple of things and see what it's like to understand that, hey, you are in it. Like
you're in it thick.
You're here.
You're in it thick.
Yeah.
And the hardest part is getting out. You know what's wrong. You know what's happening.
Even like with myself, you can be out for a long time, but you're still sucking back in. You're still getting
roped back in, manipulated all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
And with the whole education, Kel, like you're talking about, and the whole workshops and things like that, that's what we're hoping to accomplish with that, is to create an awareness, right?
Break the cycle.
And we're really willing, like our organization is going to be built on where you're at.
Right.
It's not a matter of after, before, like really, if you're willing to make the commitment, and you're still in that relationship, we will try our best to work with that. We can, our organization can only do so much as far as that, but we can definitely offer individual support to the person that is going through the torment.
That's it. And there's
out or
exactly. Well, and there's people who, like you said too, are in the thick of it, fresh out, years have been out, and because there is complex post-traumatic stress disorder after these types of relationships, you're having flashbacks, you're having night terrors, you can't go out, you're constantly reminded of what's happened to you and what's going on still post-relationship, the post-relationship abuse. There's co-parenting with narcissists, those who absolutely cannot get out of these relationships. When you're in a romantic relationship, as I was myself, I can get out, but there is still post-relationship abuse happening. So it's very hard to get out of. It's very hard to get away from. And I think that's where we desperately want to step in and create that bubble around people, so they know that they're not alone. So they know they're not alone. Yeah.
And really, it's an email, it's a phone call.
And it
can
starts with
really,
that. It starts with that. And we've had people join our groups and just be like, oh my God, I can't remember the last time I felt this heard and validated. And that there's
Yeah.
a name, there's a name for what the fuck I'm going through,
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's you don't have to sit there and torture by yourself, and I get phone calls, I get messages constantly of how unheard people feel and how devastated they are and broken they are and how they can't believe that the person they're with is actually this cruel
Mhm.
and how they're
Yeah.
capable of doing these things to
And they're
other people.
still that way. Yeah.
100%. And they won't change.
Change. No.
They won't change. They won't change. And that's
No.
why groups like this are so important. You have to reach outside of yourself. You have to step outside yourself. You have to
100%.
advocate for yourself. You have to turn to others who have been through the same thing.
Well, just like with our first group that we had, and I'll just share a simple little story. I'm not going to say what, but there was a person coming that lived far away and cried, getting into the car, cried on the way there, phoned other people that she knew she had for support, but
Yeah.
still showed up. And the second it was done and she opened her mouth and had the conversation and was truly able to be honest with
Yeah.
herself and the group, cried again.
Mhm.
But
That's
it
it.
felt good. Validated. And again,
And
like
she's coming back.
what Oriane was saying about being heard, the key word is actually being validated, heard. It's not just hearing my voice, but you've listened to the vowels and the letters that have made
That's
the
it.
word. You feel validated.
You do. And
Yeah.
right away, you're going to find that another survivor can look at you and be like, oh my God, me too.
Yeah.
There's that whole
100%.
Me Too movement. I'm sorry, but this is a bigger Me Too movement. It's becoming an epidemic. Because of social media, there's this social media feed that these people have. They feed off others to get their validation. And it creates an even bigger monster. And it creates this monster who is self-absorbed, has a complete lack of empathy, and they take it out on you. And what I want to stress too is that narcissistic abuse, especially with what's called a malignant covert narcissist, happens behind closed doors. So what you may see is a person who is functioning well, maybe portraying a good relationship on social media, as I did, because those were the good times. Those were the only good times. And behind closed doors is where it happens, where they break you down, they knock you, they cut you off at the knees, and you are a shell of a person by the end of it, And I know, Kel, too, just like me, Jason, your situation is more extensive, more severe, I'd say, because there's varying degrees of severity with these types of relationships. There can be physical
Right.
abuse as well. And, it's not just psychological, but it's,
Yeah, no, I
And to
mean,
recognize the signs, I think doing up to the groups is recognize signs, because I've lost somebody very close to me because of something like this. And I don't want that to happen anymore. And
That's the
that's
problem.
another thing, that coming out as the guys end of it all, just come. Just trust yourself to come out and see it. It's not a hate on the person of sexual. It's the hate of what the environment was that we were in. It doesn't have an age. It doesn't have a
No.
color. It doesn't have a sex. It's
Yep.
just disgusting all around.
That's right.
So you come and get that support. Trust me. You'll thank yourself. You'll hug yourself after.
You will. You
yeah,
will.
there's a huge gap, and there's so much red tape for people even trying to flee a domestic. It's all very strategic and political, and we really want to provide a safer place
Yeah.
for people
we
to
have.
come and share their story.
We've made various contacts who refer people to us now. There is a slight screening process where we'll just ask a few questions to make sure that you you fit the bill of what our
understand.
organization is really about, because there's varying types of abuse. Obviously, we want to make sure that you're in the right environment and you're with the right people. So there's a few screening questions that we ask. If you reach out, and I'll mention at the end of our episode too, the contact information. But we want to make sure that you fit the group, and these 8-week sessions that are going to be happening, there's going to be a different topic every week that we're going to cover. The first, what is narcissistic abuse, for example? What is coercive control? There's a lot of politics behind all this as well, because victims and survivors will go seek help from law enforcement. They'll go seek help from various groups, and they don't feel seen and heard. There's Bill C-332 that is happening. They're looking to criminalize coercive control, actually. And I think that's going to be absolutely huge. It's something that our organization would like to be involved in as well. There's other, this is the first of its kind in Ottawa, just so you know as well, the first nonprofit organization for narcissistic abuse. There are some specific psychologists in the city that deal with narcissistic abuse. However, like Kelly said too, a lot of these people are leaving these situations with the shirt on their back. They're leaving with their kids, because these narcissists won't always leave the house. Sometimes you're lucky and they will leave the house. But
there's all sorts of different abuses, right? There's physical abuse, there's mental, psychological, financial,
criminal.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't realize you're getting them all.
Exactly.
From all sides.
And maybe we can, we'd like to help our clients navigate a system that is, as far as I'm concerned, very broken.
It is broken. Yeah. It is broken. And that's this whole organization stems from my feeling the unjust part of how unjust this type of abuse is, how unjust the lack of help for these people is. There's not enough information. There's not enough education. And I think the three of us combined can really tackle this. And this is going to become a very, very big movement.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It is. And we'd like to use our platform to promote that, to support our organization. If you can.
So where can people get a hold of us?
Mainly right now, you can please check out our website, www.ottawaphoenixhouse.com. On there, you can find a contact form to email us. But if you'd like to email us directly, it's just ottawaphoenixhouse@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. We don't disclose our location right now. That will come with, passing the screening that we'll have with you over the phone for safety purposes and things like that. If you know of us on social media, you can also reach out to us on social media, but we don't provide our direct contact phone numbers either. Mm-hmm. But we encourage everybody to reach out. If it's not yourself that has been through this, maybe you know of somebody who has, whether it's 6 months ago, a year ago, whether they're co-parenting with this person, just leaving a romantic relationship with these people. Encourage them to reach out. It's a really simple name, Ottawa Phoenix House. We're easy to find, and we made sure that that's the case. Again, I can't stress enough how important this is. Mm-hmm. How important this is, and it's therapeutic for us as well. I know that this is touching on things that I didn't want to deal with myself. I didn't want to leave the house. I still don't often want to leave the house. And this is getting me out and connecting with like-minded individuals, people who have been through the same thing. So this has become very, very cathartic for me as well. Yeah.
Yep. It's a healing experience. Everybody is on their own healing journey.
That's right.
That's the beauty about it. And everybody's at a different, place, and people have different ways of expressing their healing as well.
Absolutely.
And so those will all all be respected.
Absolutely. And it's not, and I hate the word victim. I don't like it, but essentially at the beginning, that is what you are. But our goal is to change that from victim to survivor to healer to healed. And it's
there's
about
that word thriver.
That's it.
Survivor to thriver.
That's it. I like that.
Cheesy, but yeah.
No, I like it. I like it. And that's, again, an environment where you're validated.
Mhm.
Where you're validated.
Yeah, exactly.
And that, our goal is that you eventually don't need to see us. Eventually, maybe we won't see you again. And thank God for that. But please turn to us now in your time of need.
Right.
We're literally an email away.
Absolutely.
That's how quick that can happen for you.
Yep.
And
and like we said, weekly meetings.
Never know.
Yeah.
You just got to take that step.
That's it. And if you read about narcissistic abuse online and you suspect that that's what you're going through, please reach out, because that's what we're here for. We're here to help you create awareness in your life, awareness of what you're going through, and to educate you further on the subject. I mean, we are not by any means doctors, psychologists of any kind, but it's like you guys said too, that AA was created by, for people who had drinking problems, NA, things like that. So I think it's actually crucial in these situations to be a survivor of narcissistic abuse, to truly understand and relate and empathize.
100%.
Yeah.
Well,
so all that being said, all that seriousness, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. This announcement was super important to us, and actually very difficult to make. I've been struggling with this one. But I think with the support of Kelly and Jason and the others who have participated in our groups, it's just become that much more important to mention. So beautiful conversation, guys. Thank you guys for listening. And next week, we'll be back to our usual happy-go-lucky selves in our episodes. Kel, what's our topic next week?
Codependency and what it really means. It's going to be great.
And how it's not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
Right? There's a lot of stigma around it. And so we're going to
protect yourself.
Different spin on things. And so we're going to provide you hopefully with a different perspective. But thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah. See y'all next week.
Bye, guys. Peace out.